You wear shorts out of the ballpark, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it was a wonderful win. Really proud of this team we got. It's a bunch of guys. We didn't play all that great at times, and Nebraska didn't play all that great either. But we made some good stops here and there, and for our defense to shut them out for 3 quarters, and then finally we got a little something going offensively. But they were tough. They played extremely hard. But the fourth quarter, we won the fourth quarter against them, and had a couple of touchdowns, and our defense was sensational. So great win for all Gamecocks. We're a happy bunch of guys. And like I told the guys, next year's team, they'll try to win 12 because 11's already happened. So we'll have some new goals for next year. Connor had a super game, running, throwing, and so forth. And he's going to get better. He's going to get the ball out of his hand quicker, right, huh? Okay. All right, questions?
All right, once again, if you could wait for a microphone, and we'll open up the Q&A now.
Coach, I think these players will be expecting some rings here soon. I think you talked about that. What sort of motivation was that for these guys?
No, I don't know how much motivation all that was. We tried not to talk about all that. 11 wins. We did say, hey, if we're fortunate enough to beat these guys, we will get rings for you guys. So we saved about $300 or $350 out of their allotment from the bowl, so they can get rings. We'll have big old 11 on them, and it really is neat that this group of seniors can say, hey, I played on the best team ever, South Carolina. The record speaks for itself as the best team ever. Yeah.
Connor, it seemed like Nebraska was kind of dropping 7 back on every play. Did that kind of throw you out of your rhythm early? It seemed like you had a little trouble picking up an open receiver.
You know, it's a little bit of that, but I got to get the ball in my hand, like Coach said. You know, Alshon had a spark for us in the first half, and we carried on the second half and had a much better second, third, and fourth quarter.
Coach, the sequence of events at the end of the second quarter turned out to be big.
Yeah, it did. It really did. We got the ball back with, what, 37 seconds, I think, and hit a couple of passes, were we at midfield? How far was that pass to Alshon? 51, that's close to midfield. And, you know, he put 3 out there and throw it up in the air, and Connor made the play because they knew he was rolling out to the wide field. Everybody does it, so we did the same thing. We tell somebody to pull him up and somebody to try to make sure the guy doesn't even throw the ball. If he doesn't get a chance to throw it, obviously he can't hit it. So Connor rolled out and dodged 1 or 2 guys and stumbled a minute, didn't he? And the next thing I knew, he got his feet and he got a good throw on it. And I don't know if the wind carried it right beyond one of their guys or what. But I looked up and I saw Alshon pluck it out of the air. And then I think he made an excellent dive into the end zone to go about another 3 or 4 yards. So that was obviously a big play. They got it to 16-13. And then they had that drive at the start of the second half. They got no points. They were down on an 8-yard line. And they messed up, and we threw them for some sacks. And they had a lot of penalties, very, very unlike the Nebraska teams to have as many jumps and offsides as they had. But that was good for us. And then they missed the field goal. And then right after that, our defense really stymied them the rest of the day.
Steve, you mentioned about winning the fourth quarter. How key was Kenny Miles for the plays he made for you in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, Kenny had a good game. Didn't have a bunch of yards, but he had enough. He had 15 carries, 68, which was pretty good. And gosh, Connor, you ran 19 times. That's too many, you know. But the last one, I got to give Coach Elliott credit. He said getting that little unbalanced formation and 3rd and 6. Hopefully they'll be playing for the pass. And we just told the receivers to run everybody off. And sure enough, we got some blocking out there by Buster Anderson and I think our tight end Justice and Buster. I slipped my mind. But they made some good blocks, and they kind of cut it up in there and made about 20, 25 yards that really sealed the game right there, and so forth. But yeah, the guys played hard. I know it wasn't a real pretty game. Somehow or another, we ended up with 30 points, which for only 350 yards and not scoring on the 1-yard line at one time. I think it's the first time all year we failed to score on the 1-yard line. But as it turned out, it did not cost us.
Steve, they scored in their first 2 possessions. How concerned were you at that point? And what adjustments did you guys end up making to slow them down?
Yeah, I thought, oh man, we got to score with them if it's going to be one of these kind of games. But our defense, I think we really kept playing about the same stuff. Coach Ward will have to tell you if we did anything different. I think our guys just were in position, just played a lot better. And we got some minus plays by Nebraska. That helped. They had penalties from sacks. And, when you have a bunch of minus plays, it's hard to go anywhere, and that was helpful for us, certainly. And but our guys, maybe it caused them. You know, we're moving around a little bit, and they were trying to change plays and all that kind of stuff, and their guys jumped quite a bit.
Connor, can you just talk about your season? You started as the starter, then you were the backup for a while, then you end up as the starting quarterback in the game that made school history. Just kind of sum up your season here in a few words, if you can.
It was pretty special. It was a team effort today. I'm proud of our team. We've battled adversity all year. It's good to finish on a positive note, 11th win.
Steve, kicking game, you had some issues today with the kickers and punters. Was there anything with the footballs, or did you guys have an off day? What happened?
Now, where do you live? Seriously?
Yeah, South Carolina.
Oh, you did? We've had issues with kicking game all year.
Coach Butler was striking the ball.
Coach Butler, he's hung up. The ball doesn't have enough air in it or something. Every time I punter shanks one, or no, we're not. Joey's a great kid. He does the best he can. You never see me yell at the punter when he kicks one of those 25-yarders, because he does it in practice all the time too. I mean, it is what it is. And when Jay kicked that one out of bounds, I mean, Jay, what are you doing? I asked Coach Butler, what's he trying to do? And he's over there demonstrating to Jay, supposed to drive the ball. You know, and I say, Coach Butler, do you realize you're on television right now acting like an idiot? He's trying to demonstrate how to kick the ball or something. So anyway, now we've had issues all year, and I've always worried that some game field position was going to kill us. First half, they had the field position, but we hung in there and held them from a lot of points. And then after that, we were a little bit better. But we've had issues with that all year. Hopefully we can get better.
Connor, is there anything you would take from this game that you can take on for next season?
I think just momentum going into next season after a big win is huge for our program, huge for our fans. I think that what you can take from this game is just momentum carrying into the off-season workouts.
Now, one thing you always got to worry about also, you don't celebrate too long. You know, we'll celebrate a little bit like you should, and then maybe by spring practice time, we'll regroup and start getting next year's team ready to go. But according to the replay, Alshon, you didn't slug at that guy, did you?
No, sir.
They said he just sort of gave him a push or something. Yeah, I was never swung at a guy since he's been here, and I told that referee, I said, it doesn't sound like him. I hope you tell that guy called him, he needs to be right, because that was, well, whatever. I might get in trouble. We'll have to wait and see the replay. Let's go see. Everybody get a chance to see the replay, I guess.
This is for Alshon and Connor. If you could give me your viewpoint, I'm straight back. Would you give me your viewpoint of that play at the end of the first half, the scoring 51-yard play? And also, what does it mean for you guys to see this program evolve under Coach Spurrier into an 11-win team?
I mean, play before halftime, we practice all the time, but normally I'll tip it to someone. But I mean, I seen the chance. Coach Spurrier always tell me if I got a chance to catch it, and try to score. So that's what I did. But I mean, for the season, I mean, Coach Spurrier always write down at the beginning of the season in camp, he'll write down the goals we had set. So I mean, he had goals set, try to win 11 wins, and try to do things that we ain't never did for the first time. So that's what we try to do.
Yeah, on the play before half, my job was to get on the edge and loft it up so our receivers can make a play, and that's what he did. He had a heck of a job of catching it and diving in the end zone. And with the 11th win, it's huge for our program. This is why we come to South Carolina. It's a lot of things that, a lot of first things to do here, and that's what we did this season.
Steve, what does it say about this team for them to be able to have the 11-win year despite all the adversity earlier in the year?
Well, Marcus got hurt. That was, that hurt us a little bit there as we went. But Kenny Miles and Brandon Wiles. Brandon had 3 big games this year. And he was a little sluggish today or something, so Kenny played most of it. But Marcus should be full go next year. Surgery's coming along, and he should be ready to go. But when a guy gets hurt or something happens to another guy, you plug in the next guy and go from there. And Connor was ready. He was ready when his chance came, and we all knew that. So it wasn't like, hey, we're in trouble. We never were in a lot of trouble because we got a defense that can play. We got receivers, quarterbacks. We got ball players. So you just keep playing the game. And fortunately, we won a bunch of close games. And today really was a close game until I guess about the 4th quarter there. So it was sort of neat. I tell you, it's neat for South Carolina to beat Nebraska in the 4th quarter. I mean that says something. We're a little different than maybe years past. And finish in the top 10 and all that kind of stuff. And have a defense that I think was 4th in the nation coming into this. Gee, if you got a bunch of guys play like that, you can win against anybody. So anyway, got a lot of them coming back, and we're going to try to have a big year next year.